Alright, I want to do a little compliments video on lovers, couples, all that jazz. Um, well, obviously, like all of life comes from such people, lovers. Um, they're the ones that make the babies and continue physical life as we know it. They consummate and create children, which continues the species and is responsible for all human joy and accomplishment, including things like Buddha or Jesus. Nobler spiritual type people. They came about because of lovers, um, despite what the Catholics might say about Immaculate Conception. Sex makes babies. Yeah. It's like if you love spiritual things or nobler or higher things, like those are results of physical lovers, which some might call like a lower thing, just like bumping and grinding or whatever. But all like greater things come from, um, at least like in the physical human realm, it comes from at least at the base level, from two people bumping and grinding. Um, it is the sort of baseline for all other greatness that humans can do or accomplish or experience or feel, which is cool. Um, so no matter how enlightened you become, you sort of do have to sort of continue to appreciate, like even physical level things, uh, which are which are good and sort of like fundamental, like the base of a mountain. Yeah, like if you want to like appreciate the summit of a mountain, you sort of have to appreciate the foundation, because you can't have one without the other. The summit is built upon the foundation, right? So like the best things that humans can achieve is comes from sort of like two people bumping and grinding. Like name someone and they came from two lovers bumping and grinding. Yeah. Um, so you can never get like too enlightened to not appreciate like the lower things. Like everyone who climbs to the Everest of human accomplishment or experience, like you can never actually be better than the base, because it's like sort of like a cliche thing, like successful people say, like I owe all my successes to others because like I stood on the shoulders of giants type thing, right? um, but that's actually like fundamentally true for like any field of human experience, because whatever good a human can do in this lifetime is because of two perhaps normal people just bumping and grinding again. um, like not to even mention like the great physical side of it. Like most people would say, like it's the pinnacle of human experience, just doing the deed. I wouldn't say that's objectively true, um, or even subjectively. Like I don't think people actually like think about that answer, but perhaps like in just like the physical realm, it's one of the top things. But there is like pleasure to it, right? Which is a noble thing. Almost all philosophers say like happiness, pleasure, these are like goodness, these are like the top values that someone can have. Um, and so you can't really scoff at even quote unquote like just base physical pleasures, because joy is joy, whether it's through meditation or just through doing the act. Uh, it's all worthy and on the positive side of life, right? It's not hurting anyone if it's consensual, right? So we covered creating life. We covered it's the base of all other nobler things. Any noble person has to come from two levers. We covered the pleasure aspect of it. What else? It's the biggest business online. It's at least back in the early 2000s, people said like the internet was only for that kind of stuff. At least in percentages, like how much content is out there of that topic compared to anything else. Like most websites are about that. And it's on lots of people's minds. Like there's whole industries devoted to it. The nightlife industry, a lot of the music industry is about it, both in the content as well as like the quote unquote lifestyle behind all that stuff. Like with the producers as well as the artists. Just everyone doing it. What else? And like top level people are constantly getting caught doing it, despite like having quote unquote good lives with families and like successful careers and helping people, but then they still get caught in a prostitute ring, or just like some people just can't get over it. It's like a constant obsession their entire life. We just find is again, as long as you're not hurting anyone. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good list, and thank you for listening. And a little shorter this time, but still a worthy and good avenue of life. So enjoy, and thank you to all the lovers out there. Yes.